Welcome back to all of our students and especially our Masters Club members who are joining us tonight for their example readings for the week. And we've had many more Masters Club members join after I did my last broadcast. And I think in the last one, it was sort of at the end of the Empress's 13 Moons, Nurture Moons reconnection session that we did last Friday or Saturday, and now it's Wednesday. And what has happened basically that's sort of delayed the onset of these readings coming through is we had a much larger influx of enrollments that afternoon than I was expecting. So I decided to go ahead and regroup one more time, since we had only just gotten started on the weekly webcast series, and divide each weekly webcast into two different sections. The first section is going to be the section where if you're a Chakra Life System student or a Mythic Manifesting student, or a Chakra Intuition System student, or one of our Masters Club members, obviously, you're going to be receiving energy work, activations, we'll be doing our mythic journaling exercises, and so on and so forth in that first session of every week, for whichever vibrations in our series we are looking at that week. And this week we did a lot of work for the root chakra area. We had a lot of new students beginning with us, so new students who were going through the root chakra series on the chakra intuition systems, and then within the chakra life system we had then gone over the root chakra activation series for authenticity. And then the Empress's 13 Moons, the Nurture Moons, that was last week. And now, this week, we're going into studying the realm of just the recovery and the rebalancing and harmonizing from victim issues, which are the shadow archetypes that can reside in the root chakra area. And along with that victim issues section, there is a victim issues reading, along with an authenticity reading and a 13 nurtures reading that you'll see demoed in this series of example readings today. And today what we're doing on this webcast is sort of the second part of that webcast, because the first part of the webcast was just the energy activations for all of that series that everyone just started in. So we did energy activations that a lot of our students studied last week for all of the chakra systems, and just briefly explaining the connections between the tarot and the history of the tarot and the history of the energy body. And that was sort of the start of our Mythic Manifesting series and course as well. Now, from there, we went into exploring the realm of Pentacles, the realm of the root chakra, and then within the root chakra, we are now looking at some of the 8 key vibrations in this root chakra series. And the first 3, authenticity, nurture, and the third one, the victim issues, shadow archetype healings. Those are the 3 vibrations that we get into a little bit more detail in the first week of the course. So here in the first week's reading sessions, those are the 3 vibrations that we'll be reading for. So I just want to briefly go over with you the 8 readings that you're going to see today. This evening. I'm recording all 8 example readings for you, and I'm going to go ahead and show you which 8 example readings you're going to see examples of on today's call. It's actually a video is the format that we're going to be doing this in. I'll say call just as sort of a blanket phrase in everything you'll see me do, because a lot of the time people will listen to or view these classes in different formats. Some of my students prefer to download the MP3 audios and just look at the slides as sort of a PDF ebook presentation when they get a chance, and that's fine. Others of them prefer to go through this work by clicking a play button and viewing viewing the slide on the screen and then, hearing my voice and taking notes on their end. So whatever way works for you, I'm basically going to be recording these sessions, and maybe you're watching this as a video, maybe you're listening to this as a recorded call. Whatever the case may be, I'll just say on this call to reference the session we're doing right now, just to keep it kind of neutral as far as, listening method and digestion method, because that differs student to student. And Instant Teleseminar we've been playing with our Masters Club members, especially because each of our Masters Club members actually gets a private teleseminar hosted via Instant Teleseminar, which many of you are familiar with already. They get a private teleseminar with me every single month, and that private teleseminar is for their private reading. And the private readings that the Masters Club members are getting each and every month from me are also present here in the example readings. We get to have a look at these readings, and of course when we look at them publicly in these videos, we leave the Masters Club members in anonymity. I don't know if that's exactly how everyone pronounces that word, but basically they stay anonymous when we do the example readings in these sessions. And then they just get a private message from me basically saying, hey, this is your number on this week's call, meaning basically I'm going to be doing the 8 example readings tonight, and each of the Masters Club members who enrolled in time to have a reading done for them in the month of April, which is the month we're currently in as I'm recording this, each of those, and there were 8 of them that requested readings this month and were eligible to receive readings already. They were already in our system as Masters Club members. We had basically 8 seed members before we had kind of the swell of enrollment that we're currently in the middle of. We're going to be enrolling up to 40 mastermind members, Masters Club members for the Pranic Intuition Masters Club over the next week to 2 weeks, and we'll keep enrollment open and basically until we get those 40 members, and then our Masters Club will be full. So I'll talk more about the Masters Club later, but just so you know, these 8 readings that I'm about to introduce to you that we did for this week's call for you have all been brought through for one of our 8 seed mastermind members. And I was basically going to do this reading, the format that you're getting right now for the weekly reading. This is for week 1 of our classes. And I wanted about 8 enrollments that had done requests before I actually recorded this. So we have our 8 now, and we're moving forward. And coming up in more, in weeks coming up, you may see up to 10 example readings on one of these sessions from me. Tonight we have 8, which was good enough of a seed group to get started. So here we go. This is a slide I wanted to show you right now because I'm actually introducing a new reading on this call that even our current and former mastermind members have not yet been introduced to. And this is the reading that I teach as sort of the foundational reading for my Pranic Intuition Masters Club members. And Pranic Intuition is a whole series of classes and coursework that even my current Masters Club members have not really had much of an introduction from me about yet, because really and truly to start exploring the realm of pranic intuition, what I need all of you guys to do is really show a developed level of competency in intuition and energy work, and how these 78 vibrations sync together through the energy body to bring you vibrational messages and alignments in. And that's the work of the Chakra Intuition System, the Chakra Life System, and the Mythic Manifesting courses. And everyone is just now starting off on those courses, even my Masters Club members, because these are you guys' new courses in this spring. Those are the 3 new courses this spring. So the thing is, everyone's a bit of a beginner. And what I'm going to show you in this first reading tonight is something that really and truly I don't expect you guys to really begin exploring or even being in a position to explore personally until you're in at least your 3rd month of study with us. But those of us in the Masters Club, just so you know, you will be taught a greater degree of proficiency with this huge reading that you see on the screen in front of you as the year goes on. It's a more advanced reading, but I wanted to give you basically a snapshot of what this reading comprises right now, because for every one of these calls that we have every single month, every single week, so 4 times a month where we have one of these calls, this weekly reading example webcast. And on each of these calls, I'm going to start off by bringing a 12-card reading through for one of our Masters Club members. And this 12-card reading is going to basically show you how to go through the entire year reading the information in a predictive sense, in a forecasting sense, where you get a sense of what might be going on or what might be yours to experience or what might be there for the having as the universe's gift to you in any one of the 12 moons or months of our calendar year. There are actually just about 13 moons in a calendar year, and we'll be talking about that difference a bit later on. But essentially, every single one of the months of the calendar year roughly corresponds to one petal of this gigantic reading. And then within each of those petals, you see a set of cards that corresponds to information for each of the 7 chakras. Now, many of you may understand the concept that we are now looking at developing as a series of readings that brings the information of the pranic and the energy workers universe into alignment with the world of the intuitive and the card reader and the realm of the tarot and myth and the collective unconscious, and the potential in a reading when you bring the realm of intuition and the realm of energy work together into a reading that looks at your energy body as you travel through time, through an entire year of your life, or an entire year of anyone's life that you're doing this reading for, that's a lot of information. This is the full pranic intuition large reading. I'll sometimes call it the Grand Circle reading. The Pranic Intuition Grand Circle reading basically takes the querent through an entire year of very, very detailed predictions, where you really get an entire series of information through a card to represent each of your 7 chakras through each of the 12 months of your year. So I'm going to show you our first example reading, and it's a 12-month reading, and we'll dive into that right now.